Welcome everybody! What you're about to see is a real true blue Australian family viewing visual series with interviews, fun-packed light-hearted humour, learning experiences, and it's all full of laughs. Unbelievable interviews and stories, spills, energy and adrenaline pumping, featuring sports, celebs, health, renos, competitions, great locations, heaps of nature and wildlife, detective stories, special events and heaps more, featuring special guest MC, Sean, and your host, Pete the Surfaroo.
Coming up on Pete the Surfaroo,
special events from around Australia. Join Pete with top sports events from around the world on Surfaroo Sports. Special events from around Australia.
Exciting one for you today. We've got Les Coquette from the Miniature Train Society.
How are you?
Good, mate. Now, a good way to travel, get around. We've done the planes. We like the trains. We're not using them enough nowadays, I don't think, mate.
No, quite agree. For a while there, they were out of fashion. It became, they thought they were going to become obsolete. But in fact, the Gold Coast used to have a railway line that came all the way down to Coolangatta, but it was pulled up. But now they've had to redo it. So in these modern times, with being conscious about the environment, trains are a good way to get around.
Now, mate, to get into the miniaturised version of everything, now we've got a nice set back here. We've got a bit of a Gold Coast show theme there, mate. Now, how long did it take you to put that together?
Well, our layout is always a work in progress. This has been on the exhibition circuit now for quite a few years. It's been operated and run by our president, Martin Jenkins, and it's what we call a HOE, which is a HO scale on N-gauge track, and it's based on the Mornington Peninsula, a place called Rye.
Okay.
And they have a carnival situation there, which he's tried to replicate, and he's done very well with it. It's
very creative.
Yeah, a lot of the things on there are movable, and people like to come and have a look at it. It's very eye-catching.
Now, mate, moving on from the nice display here, we're going to go check out some of these trains. Now, you've got quite a few different varieties of trains here. Can you just tell us a bit about the different trains?
Yes, well, in a club like this, you have people with different tastes, and people model different parts of the world, Britain, Europe, North America and Australia. So we try and cater for all of those tastes, and on our large modular layout we have people that will create a scenery of a particular part of the world, but we allow all the different nations to drive through.
Sounds good. Now, mate, you've got an indoor exhibition and you've got an outdoor. Now the outdoor looks quite good, mate. It's amongst all the tangled weed, looks real, and we've got about 2 trains huffing along there too. And also you've got like a monorail sort of train. I saw that one too. It's just sitting over the side having a rest.
Yes, it's actually an ice train. It's called an ice train.
Okay.
Germany. It's one of Germany's high-speed train.
Right.
And when it's working, we put it on the layout as well. I think at the moment it's being serviced.
Cool.
And the Garden Railway, which is the larger G scale, is very popular with people here. They like to see it. We've even got Thomas and Percy, as you can see, going around there. So it's another alternative to the hobby. It's quite a varied hobby and it appeals to different people.
Now with a hobby like this, it's like open to all. You can start young and no age, like older.
Yes.
Everyone can do it, eh?
young, naturally you want to start with a cheaper Thomas type set.
Yes.
As you get older, a lot of people, when they get towards retirement age, think about going back to what they did in their youth when they had it set for Christmas or something.
Sure.
So, it's a hobby that caters for all ages and sexes.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
And it can get quite big if you've got big train sets and displays. We have like big conventions all around the world.
Yes, we do. Labour weekend,
Yes.
first weekend in May, there's the Brisbane Military Train Show.
Okay.
It's the largest in Queensland, and I recommend people go and have a look. It's at the RNA showground.
Yep.
And there's lots of retailers and layouts from all different parts of the world.
That's good, mate.
You never say to a model, this is to a train set, this was model railways. They do take it seriously.
So if you make a mock of them, you never know. They might tie you down on one of those rail tracks and watch you.
Indeed. Yeah.
Mate, great pleasure talking to you.
Must be.
Good stuff. We'll see you around next time. Pete the Surfaroo.
Hey guys, are you enjoying the show? Man, time flies. And we are nearing the end. Don't forget to check out the latest on allthews.petethesurfaroo.com.au.
It's a flyer song, it's a wonderful song. You can do a little bit gymnastic, a little bit aerobic. All is by the flyer song. Wir liegen im Gruß, schaut zum Himmel nach. Schauen die ganzen Wolken, legen durch die Eis. Und flippt der Flieger vorbei, und winkt zu ihm nach. Hallo, Flieger! Wo bist du alle dabei? Und bin ich super klein. Oh, die fliegt, wie ein Flieger in so groß, wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Oh, 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 und ich spring immer wieder und ich schwimm zu dir rüber und ich nimm die beide Hand, weil ich die mag. Und ich so, hab so ein schöner Druck, la 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 la. Hab so ein schöner Druck, la 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 la. Hab so ein schöner Druck, la 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 la. Hab so ein schöner Druck, la 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 la. Und die fliegt wie ein Flieger, wie so Storch, wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Oh, oh, oh. Und ich spring immer wieder und ich schwimm zu den Rüber und ich nimm die beide Hand, weil ich die mag. Und ich so, ein so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la. Und ich flieg, wie ein Flieger und so steif, wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Oh, 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 und ich spring immer wieder und ich schwimm zu dem Rüber und dem Hin. Nimm die beiden Hand, weil ich die mag. Und ich so, ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Und ich flieg wie ein Flieger, bin so steif, wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Oh, oh, oh. Und ich spring immer wieder und ich schwimm zu den Rüber und ich nimm die beide Hand, weil ich die mag. Und ich so, heute so ein schöner Tag, heute so ein schöner Tag, heute so ein schöner Tag, heute so ein schöner Tag. Und ich flieg wie ein Flieger, bin so wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Oh, oh, und ich spring immer wieder und schwimm von den Rüber und den Hin. Nimm die beide Hand, weil ich die mag. Und ich so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Ein so schöner Tag, la 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 la. Und ich flieg wie ein Flieger, bin so stark wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Oh, oh, oh. Und ich spring immer wieder und
Alright, here at Brisbane Oktoberfest 2014.
Ein so schöner Tag, ein so schöner Tag, ein so schöner Tag. Und ich flieg wie ein Flieger, bin stark wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe so hoch. Und ich spring immer wieder wieder und ich schwimm zu den River und in die kleine Hand an die Frau und ich so, eigentlich so schön dumm, eigentlich so schön dumm, eigentlich so schön dumm, eigentlich so schön dumm, eigentlich so schön dumm. Thank you very much, and it's so in a dog. I hope today is a wonderful day. 3, 2, 4, cheers! Drink!
Hey guys, are you enjoying the show? Wow, time flies, and we are nearing the end. Don't forget to check out the latest on www.PeteTheSurfaroo.com.au and Pete the Surfaroo on YouTube, Vimeo, MySpace, Pete's Special Sports Events, Facebook or Twitter us. We'd love to hear from you.
And now on Pete the Surfaroo, special segments and previous shows from Pete the Surfaroo, which you asked for it. Enjoy!
Hey guys, how are you? Are you into wrestling? Well, we've got a superstar here today, a wrestler. And of course, you know, wrestling, good theatrical, good acting. Well, we're actually on the set of a new movie being shot right now, right here today. And of course, the man himself, the main feature man of the movie, we're going up to meet him right now. Okay guys, here we are with Steve Austin alias Stone Cold, and we've got our super legend of wrestling. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. It's a bright sunny day. We're happy for the good weather and having a good time.
Now, all the way from out west in Texas, mate. How are you enjoying the Gold Coast?
I'm enjoying a lot. I've heard a lot of good things about Australia, and we're filming a movie. We're almost finished with it. It's going great, and everything has been just phenomenal. I'm having a great time out here.
Mate, just in brief, tell us about your wrestling career. Everyone's dying to know out there. We've got a lot of wrestling fans out there, buddy.
Well, you know, if it's the people that watch the show, they kind of pretty well know it. I wrestled for 15 years, 10 with the WWE. Had a wonderful time. Had to pay a lot of dues to get to get my start. You know, starved along the way, got beat up. It's a tough life, you know, but it's the best job I ever had. I had so much fun with the WWE and going all over the world, and it was just the best time of my life. And I'm looking forward to moving on to making more movies. The first one here is called The Condemned. It'll probably come out in 2007, around March, April, and it's going to be a good movie. Looking forward to more.
Cool, mate. And one big thing the audience want to know, who do you most dislike and like in the wrestling industry?
I think, you know, to stick on a positive note, I'd have to say the people I like were, you know, guys like Bret the Hitman Hart, Ricky Steamboat. I always enjoyed wrestling The Rock. Mankind was another great opponent. I really wasn't very fond of Hulk Hogan. I don't think too much of him. I think he had a wonderful career, and that's all I'll say about him. But just to answer your question.
Cool, mate. And you're wrapping up in a couple of weeks. Are you still hanging on the Gold Coast, or are you going back?
No, I came out from the States on March 24th, so I've been out here a pretty good while. I came out early to work on the fight scenes, and then we've been filming. I've had a few days off this past week, but I haven't got a chance to travel too much. I'm gonna wrap, I think, on July 31st, and I'm gonna stay for about an extra week, 10 days, see some sights. I'd like to go see the Great Barrier Reef. I won't get a chance to see it all because there's so much to see here, but hopefully I'll be back next year filming another movie. But yes, I will sightsee before I leave.
Great, thanks a lot, mate, and all the best of luck with your career, mate. Superstar.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey guys, and welcome to Surfaroo Sports with another great one for you today. And we have got a big one here, Muay Thai fights. We have got a very special celeb here, and his name, he's a 10-time world champ Muay Thai fighter, and he's on the Gold Coast. Mr. John Wayne Parr, 10-time world champ, mate. A lot of belts, mate.
Yeah, they get very dusty very fast. So you fight your heart out, your blood, sweat and tears, and then you put them on the shelf, and then you pull them down 6 months later and they cover with cobwebs. So it's a funny old sport what you do to get famous, but yeah, I'm very, very happy to accomplish my dream.
Now, mate, a lot of people out there might not know, back in your younger days, you used to be a boxer, mate, and a Queensland Australian champ.
Australian champion, yes.
Yeah.
My fight record was 13 pro boxing fights for 10 wins, 10 knockouts. And then the 3 losses that I did have were all over 12 rounds to Jeff Fennick fighters. So Jeff Fennick was my Achilles heel. He seemed to have the answer for my game plan. So yeah, a bit of a bummer, but it's all good.
Now, mate, the boxing coming to Muay Thai, you reckon that helped a lot with winning these fights?
Yeah, I was a Muay Thai fighter first, then I went to boxing, and then when I came back to Muay Thai, I incorporated my new boxing skills.
Yep.
And I hit a bit harder now. I have a bit more angles, a bit more aggression, better defense, a bit more head movement. So the two sports complement each other very well.
Now, mate, gone as far as you have, being an Aussie fighter from the Gold Coast. Mate, where has it taken you around the world for fights and training? You've been training overseas as well in some far distant Asian places to get all the secrets and learn these trades, mate.
Yeah, I was living in Bangkok for 5 years, and then I've fought in Japan 16 times, and I've been all over Europe. Yeah, there's too many countries to name. It's just gets crazy, but I've been very fortunate to see the world for free. I've gone through 2 passports, all for free as well, from promoters flying me to different states and different countries. So it's pretty awesome. You get to in Australia, not many people know what's going on, but then you go overseas and you get to be a superstar for like 4 or 5 days, and then you live the limelight, and then you're doing signatures, getting photos, and you jump back on the plane, you come back to Australia, and you go back to being just everyday Joe on the street, which is good because then no one hassles you. There's no dramas. You can just cruise down the street without people hassling you. So I really like being anonymous and not knowing, because I'd hate to be that like George St. Pierre or something where you can't even go to the shops or dinner without being harassed. So it's good and it's bad. I don't have his bank account, but so yeah.
Now, mate, Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, I was gonna apply to enter to the reality TV show house, but they had a minimum 5-fight requirement for MMA, which I do not have. So they unfortunately they turned me down. But the good news is I've been offered a training gig in Canada, training George St. Pierre for 2 weeks, which I leave for in next weekend. So I'm very excited to be hanging out with George. Hopefully we become new besties. And if everything goes well and he happens to win the knockout against Johnny Hendricks, then there's a slight chance that'll help raise my profile and get me more training gigs overseas.
Mate, it sounds really good. Now, we're going to get into our fight shortly. I've just got to ask you this one, mate. You've got your own gym.
Yep.
Now, you've got your wife, Angie. Now, she's a pretty well-known fighter too, mate.
Yeah, we met in Las Vegas. She was already a 2-time world champion back then. As soon as we met, there was sparks. And then after about 2 or 3 months, we're having our first baby. Wow. So ever since then, we've been married 11 years now. We've got 2 kids. And yeah, she's everything I want in a woman, because she understands what I do. At the same time, if I leave the gym, I can leave it in her hands, taking care of the business and the classes, and people get a better workout from her than they do myself. So yeah, it's awesome.
As we can see, mate, she does a lot of the training there too with the squad you got in there, mate.
Yep. No, she's a good ambassador for female fights in not only Australia, but I think worldwide. She's very clever when it comes to promotions, to networking, and the sport in general. She's a good asset.
Now, mate, you've just recently had a cage put in your gym too, so you've upped one now, because cage fighting is sort of overtaking boxing and Muay Thai and all that sort of stuff, and hopefully we're going to see John Wayne Parr maybe in the cage. Yeah, well, we've had 3 promotions so far. I've headlined 2 of them. So it's a hybrid of the MMA and the Muay Thai mixed together. I believe MMA is like so popular now. I think a lot of general people, they want to see just pure stand-up. So I've taken away the wrestling element and the ground and just made it Muay Thai rules but MMA gloves. So it's very violent, and it's a different violence. It's non-stop action from the opening bell to the last. And yeah, the doing it myself. So I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not promoting something that I don't believe in. I'm actually fighting it as well. And the main reason I'm doing it is purely for my entertainment. I want to do this. So I copped a lot of flack when I first started, but now it's funny that all these other promoters are starting to come out and say, oh, we want to do Muay Thai in the cage as well. So obviously I've done something right if people are copying. I think someone copying it is the ultimate compliment. So. Mate, it is, mate. And it's well done, because we're Aussies, mate, and we're leading the way and all original stuff. A very special thanks for John Wayne Parr. And of course, mate, good luck over there in Canada. Yes. We'll all keep our fingers crossed. All the best for you. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself here on Surfaroo Sports. We'll see you next time on Surfaroo Sports. See you then. Woo!
It's that time again to say goodbye from Pete the Surfaroo and his team. I'm Kim, your MC. Keep it G.
I'm Sean, your MC. Till we meet again, bye.
That was good. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Mate, that was unreal.